Hello again, everyone. I'm here today with an unboxing from Chic Sparrow. So that's, you kind of know whenever you see a blue envelope. So I haven't been ordering too much from them lately, but this is a new design that I wanted to try out. So let's go ahead and take a look. I won't tell you anything about it, although the title of this video will give it away. But let's go ahead and open this up. Put that to the side. And now all of the orders come with this little warranty card, which is nice. I actually need to fill them out and put them together. I just kind of been putting them aside. And a little sticker. And okay, so here is my order. I don't think I left any order notes. No, I did not. I've been doing that a lot lately, just leaving things to chance. So let's go ahead and pull this out of here. Ah, very lovely. This is the Cascade Weeks design, and I purchased this one through Happy Accidents. So those are a little less expensive. I think they're 10% off the regular price, and then there's something that's, you know, a little bit off about it. But for the most part, I generally cannot figure out what that one thing is. So ordering from, you know, Second Chance or Happy Accidents usually works pretty well. So I'm just going to show you the outside. Oh, it actually goes pretty well with this leather pad that I have on my desk here. It's pretty much even. There's not a whole lot of leather variation, which I tend to like. It looks like there is a little bit of patterned streaking in the back that maybe looks like it rubbed up against something. It has the new logo, which is also on the card. It's quite classy, I think. I like it a lot. Okay, so this is really the big thing. Oh, and inside, the pockets are what have all the character. I have a feeling that's because they use remnants for the pockets sometimes because they're smaller, and you can use smaller pieces of leather for this. So that's really nice. I like that. And this was part of a thinner run of I keep wanting to call it Darcy leather. I am never going to get the hang of the Austin line, and this is the Mr. Darcy in the Austin line. But that's what this is, and it is part of a thinner batch that they got, which is quite a bit thinner. Let's see. I do have an older pocket size notebook. So this is the thickness of an older version. I would say that this is at least half the thickness of this older version. You kind of want to look right here because here there's the pockets and stuff, but right there you can tell that's pretty thick, whereas this is pretty thin. I don't know if future batches are going to end up being as thin as this. They kind of indicated that it wouldn't be, but you never know. So this is a new design for the weeks. The normal weeks design, which I don't have any of. I don't have very many in the weeks because it's not a size I use all that often. But the old weeks, or I think they're still carrying it. It has one string down the middle, and then there are two little pockets, sort of like this, but they're more curved on either side. And it's a little shorter than this one because this is supposed to hold a cover-on-cover sort of setup. And this whole batch had white stitching. I think that's true of both the Mr. Darcy and the Emma. Has the white stitching. I am not a fan of the white stitching. What I might end up doing is maybe trying to color this with a permanent marker or something if I can find a good match for the color. But and so the hallmarks of this design is the cascade pockets on one side, which is really kind of nice. And to a certain extent, I mean, if you have the pockets, do you really need a string? You know, maybe, I don't know. But there's a folio pocket here with this removable pen loop. So I recently did a video on the stitched in version of this removable pen loop, and the last I heard that is no longer going to be a thing. Things are changing so much at Chic Sparrow, and I think part of it is in response to customer feedback, which is really great. So they are going to be bringing back the normal curved pen loop that is my personal favorite. However, they are going to be continuing the removable pen loop on the folio designs, with the Cascade Folio designs, and the number 7 designs, which is the one with the reinforced border on the inside. And there will no longer be a stitching option for these removable pen loop. For the models that still have the removable pen loops. I think they're trying to sort of streamline production, which I get, but it's kind of a shame that that, you know, it comes out, you think it's going to be the new thing, and then it's not. But that's fine. Like I said, I'm really happy about the curved pen loop coming back on the, those are going to be on the Cascade and the Heritage line. The Cascade is like this, but with strings, with this Cascade pockets here. And then the Heritage line is sort of a throwback to the older style with the curved pockets, but that are vertical and with white stitching. And I think that's part of the reason why this has white stitching. I'm hoping that white stitching is not a permanent thing. On the Cascades that I've purchased, like just the regular Cascade TNs, the white stitching has not been there. And I think maybe they were just doing that for this initial launch of these, but I don't know. But what I do have here is I got out some of my weeks sized inserts, and I'll show you what I have, and we'll take a look at how they fit here. So back when I had more weeks size folio or TNs, I was trying to find notebooks that would fit, and I found a few that do fit with a weeks. These are actually by Hobonichi, these ones here. A little hair on it, probably dog hair as usual. And these little recent memo sizes, these are from Yoseka Stationery is where I got these, and they have very nice fountain pen friendly paper on the inside, made in Japan. These are a little bit shorter than these ones from Hobonichi, and I think just a little bit thicker. These are essentially supposed to go with a Hobonichi Weeks. And these I just got separately. And then this one I found, this Moleskine dotted journal does fit in here, the chapters collection. I got this quite a while ago, so I'm not sure if they still are making these, but I think they are. But we'll try it out in this notebook, and as you can see, that's a little wider and taller because these are meant to sort of go with a weeks. So this is actually just an empty weeks cover that I'd put some paper in, and you can just put them here, you know, if you're just carrying it around in the cover. So it is supposed to be smaller, so that would probably be pretty small in here, but again, we'll try it so that you can see. And then this is actually a knockoff Weeks. So this isn't a real Weeks notebook, but the cover is actually by Hobonichi, and I had it on Weeks back when I was using that as my weekly planner. So let's go ahead and try with the traditional style. So this is pretty much the same size as a hardcover Weeks. This hardcover is a little bit more substantial, I think, than the current ones, but it should still work. And I'm going to leave the cover on, and the cover has, you know, a little pen loop, which you won't need with this, and then it has a little pocket in front to put stencils or whatever. So it's a pretty useful cover. But let's keep the cover on and see how this fits in here. So one of the problems that I have with the removable pen loop is that it tends to get in the way when you're putting things in the pocket. But let's see, I think that actually worked pretty well. Yeah, it works really well with the cover on, which I think is quite nice. And then, you know, you've got your Hobonichi Weeks, or this is, I forget where I got this knockoff Weeks calendar. It's actually blank. So and another one of the, that's a pencil board. So it's actually blank inside. It doesn't have a set year, which is great because I'm hoping to use this maybe in a future year for my menu planning, because that's essentially all I'm using Weeks for these days. But I did want to get this in case I ever went back to the weeks, because I do like the Cascade pockets. And I can always, you know, find a new notebook or something that will work with that. So let me put a pen in with this as well. The only pen that I have here on my, oh no, I have some in a pouch. This is a Franklin Christoph pen with no pen clip, but that actually fits quite nice in there, and I think it actually would be holding it pretty sturdily. Oh, that's kind of cool. And let's see, I think I have a Retro 51. Yeah, so here in the copper penny design called the Lincoln. And I tend to like to have my pen clip over this. Some people put it in this way so that you would have the pen clip sort of in here and it would kind of get wedged in here. I don't like to do that because I do like it to be a little bit more secure, so I tend to put my pen clip over the leather, which does tend to mark up the pen loop, but you know, I mean, that's just the way it is when you're going to use that. So that's actually quite nice. There you go. So let me fit one of the, oh, so we could just try to fit, so as you can see, these are quite a bit smaller. So you could fit that onto this side. Of course, your pockets would be underneath your notebook, so then you'd have sort of a notebook in front of that. But if you were just putting this in there by itself in this side, this would be pretty short. You could also put it, you know, in the cover and then have that extra there, or you could put it in like this so that you could just have it as a little memo ready to go like that, and I think that that still would be fine. It's kind of a way to get around the not having the string if you want to carry an extra notebook, which is nice, I think. So that's the one that I got from Yoseka Stationery, recent memo. I don't know what brand those are. If I can find it, I'll put a link to it. And then these are the Hobonichi ones, which are a little bit taller. So you could put that there. You could obviously put it in this one there, or do the same thing that we just did. Put it in here like that, or put it in the cover like that, just to have a little extra notebook there. And again, that works pretty well. Okay, and now I'm gonna let me take my pen out, and I'll take out this Weeks. That actually works really well with the cover on. And then I'm gonna try this Moleskine one. I literally just took it out of the plastic, so and again, I hate these little pieces in here. This is because it basically gets stuck, and then you have to kind of wiggle it around and move it around, and it's really a pain in the butt, I think. Okay, so I think that's as far as it goes. So you could put something like that, but it's going to be pretty short. I mean, that's not taking up much of the room at all. And this is quite a bit taller than the current Week size. I think if you put this would be a little bit more flush in the old Weeks, but you would still have a little bit of room, but this you have quite a bit of room. And let me put this one back in, because I actually think I'm just going to store it with this one. And that actually slips in a little bit better, I think, because it's a little more substantial. Okay. But yeah, that's very nice. And then if you wanted to put this in addition, you could put that there. It's not really going to work because of the thickness. So, and I think the same would be true if you tried to put it inside this cover, because I think it's the right height. You could do that, but it's just too thick, and it won't. There's just not enough room for that. And if you just wanted to stack it in there, I think it's still too big. Okay. But if you wanted to put this in another notebook or something, maybe put that in a cover. I mean, there's a variety of things that you could do. And then here is the pencil board. You can put that in. I was watching Sam Plans, I think she's still called Sam Plans, I don't know. She was talking about putting a pencil board behind here if you wanted to have it so that the bumps in the pocket didn't show on the front. So that's a good idea, and it fits quite well in there. So I think that's probably all I wanted to show you with that, but it's kind of a nice design. And like I said, I am going to store this in there, and I'm going to kind of save it until next year for my menu planning, so I might end up putting that notebook in here. And I really like having the extra pockets. You could use this as a wallet, which would be really nice. You could put cash back here, cards here, and then you'd have your weekly planner. I think that's kind of nice to have sort of a catch-all there. Currently I have my wallet in a personal size again. I keep moving back and forth, which I do plan to show on the channel soon. So, but you could either have the pen outside of the elastic, or put it, I tend to always put the elastic over just to have that extra bit of security. But there you go. I think it's a pretty nice design, and if you use weeks for your weekly planner, I think this is a great choice. And if you want to try and use it as a wallet, I think that would be a great choice. All right, well, that's all I had for you today. Feel free to subscribe to keep track of future videos on my channel. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. I hope to see you next time, but in the meantime, have a great day. Thanks so much. Bye.